New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment. We are inspiring humanity's evolution along this journey of enlightenment. We are creating a world of peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. We are New Thought Media Network, positively inspiring. And good morning, dear ones. Reverend Robert with you. It's July 3rd, 2020, time for the July 4th weekend, and time for some morning prayers. Welcome. Thank you for being with us. Those that are familiar with the program know that we do this every morning, 8:15 a.m. and 8:15 p.m. in the evening. I guess that would be redundant, 8:15 p.m. in the evening. And this is a product of the New Thought Media Network. New Thought Media Network, the most positively inspiring media network on the planet. I am Robert Brzezinski. I'm one of a team of people that now brings these programs forward every day, twice a day. And I want to invite you, if you're watching this on my personal page, please head on over to the New Thought Media Network Facebook page. There's a link down there if you're watching on YouTube, or a link over there if you're watching on Facebook, somewhere around there. And follow that link. Head on over there and find this video and find the little icon that allows you to get notified when we go live. As we progress and as this program grows, other hosts, we're going to stop broadcasting on my personal page, but we're going to share it on my page. However, the broadcast itself will come from New Thought Media Network, and therefore you want to be notified when New Thought Media Network goes live. That way you don't miss it, because it won't show on my page as me going live. I'm going to be sharing these to my page, as will my other hosts. And we have some great new hosts coming on board: Reverend Lisa Bear, Reverend Elzia Sekou, a new folk, Reverend Millie Forsberg is going to be joining us in the near future. My dear wife, practitioner Laura Brzezinski, will be joining us in the near future. And I've got another ministerial I'm speaking with, and as soon as she says yes, I'll let you know that name as well. So new voices, new faces, and we're going to continue the program every day, 8:15 a.m. and 8:15 p.m. Please let your friends know this is prayer time with the New Thought Media Network. Okay, I'd like to share just a couple of little things with you this morning before we dig in and get started. I'm looking forward to a great weekend. And here, especially if in America, right, this is a big deal. And there's, number one, remember, dogs and pets don't like the fireworks, folks. So be considerate of our furry creatures if you're thinking about throwing off a lot of fireworks in your own backyard or in your cul-de-sac. Number two, this is not a happy celebration and occasion for a lot of people. For a lot of reasons and for a lot of people, the 4th of July holiday represents something different than maybe to a lot of us. And I'm just going to invite you to keep that in mind this weekend. Furthermore, keep wearing your mask, please. Especially in America, we're seeing a spike and a rebound and another. I don't even want to. Somebody called it the other day. It's not even a second wave. It's a forest fire that just keeps popping up here and there and there and there, and we're nowhere near contained. So if you can, stay home. If you can't stay home, stay away from people. But no matter what, please wear your mask. Okay. So let's get into some prayer work. Although when you're with me in the morning, I'm always excited for the day. And I got up early this morning, did some work on another project, latest episode of Ministers Talking Shit. We actually just did that live earlier this morning. So if you head over to the New Thought Media Network page, you'll see that today's episode there as a live broadcast that Elzia and I did. And for those that like listening to the podcast, that'll be available in about an hour. So there's a real excitement that we're moving the needle, that we're gaining some headway in this relationship, this conversation around race-based hatred and violence that's happening in America. And I'm just really excited that we're making progress, that the conversation is being had, and that we're using spiritual principle in this conversation as a basis of this conversation. So I get a sense, I'm happy about that. I get a sense that might be where the prayer has taken me this morning. Regardless, wherever, I'm going to invite you to join in a moment or two right here. If you're comfortable, allow your eyes to close. And just allow yourself to breathe. Breathe in and be present to the morning. Be present to this day. Be present to this moment where we come to recognize the One. It is here that I recognize God as the source, the supply, the never-ending wellspring of all life, as that one power, presence, and intelligence that's moving and having its being as all life, as the self-existent cause that is taking on form and abandoning that form in order to take on new form. One love, one light, one truth, one human experience, one love, one life. So recognizing God as the allness, the oneness of all life, I know that this power and presence and intelligence must be operating as my life. And if that is true, then it must be operating as all life, as my life, as the lives of each and every one that hear these words now or at another time. Each one a divine vessel through which God reveals the magnificence of itself, through which God reveals the potentiality of itself. For we each have within ourselves a set of human gifts and skills and talents, and they come with thoughts and beliefs and ideas. And through all of that, the divine oneness filters itself to create something unique, a one-time event on planet Earth that is called you. For I know that truth of you. You are a one-time event on this planet, never to be repeated. And so the world would be a much, much lesser place without you, without the gifts that you bring, without the gifts that only you can bring. And that is what today is about. That is what this weekend is about the fact that we have the freedom to bring the unique gifts that are ours and ours to bring. That we have the freedom to speak the truth as we see it, that we have the freedom to be in conversation, even argument, to be in discussion and dialogue around what it means to be a spiritual human being, around what it means to be alive on planet Earth right now, about what it means to be an American. And we have the freedom to have the conversations around what it means to let go of the old, to release and be done with the belief systems, the concepts, the paradigms that no longer serve in our evolution. As abhorrent as I find it, I recognize slavery was necessary in our evolution, and I know it is no longer necessary. It has not been necessary for hundreds and hundreds of years. And so in that same vein, I know that the oppression, the racism that I don't understand but must have served in some way, but I recognize it is no longer valid. It no longer serves the evolution of human consciousness. These belief patterns and inequality are holding us back. The fear that calls so many in these days to brandish a gun, to stand in defiance, that fear is no longer necessary. And so I claim for each that can hear these words and all across this planet, a releasing, a diminishing, a dissolving of the fear and the hatred that says there is an other. We are all one. Doesn't matter what color your skin is. We're all one. So for all those that live in fear of the black man and woman, I claim a sense of healing, a sense of deep healing, letting go of the fear, letting go of the old beliefs, the false beliefs, letting go of all that crap that no longer serves, and stepping into a new way of being. For each one that already understands why we say Black Lives Matter, for all those that are already awoken to this truth of our oneness, I claim for each one of us the opportunity to stand up and say, this is the truth I believe. And to call out and to say no to anything that is unlike the truth of God. To see if we see that in ourselves or in another, we say no. We call that out. We say, no, that is not the truth. The truth is that this is a loving universe. The truth is that God is a loving God. There is no condemnation. There is no separation. No, there is no, everyone is an absolute equal. And every voice matters. Every heartbeat, vital to this great mosaic vision that we are creating on planet Earth right now. And so for anyone that is unable or unwilling to see that truth, I claim a sense of healing, a deep healing. And for all those that are already on board, I claim a sense of power and courage to speak truth. To speak truth to ignorance, to speak truth to power, to speak truth where there appears to be none, to bring the light into the places that appear to be the darkest. For the darkness cannot dispel the light. It does not have any power. It is the light that dispels the darkness, for the light has power. And so I claim for each on this weekend of freedom, this weekend of celebration, that we celebrate the light of truth, not the light of fireworks, not the flashiness of a ooh and ah in the middle of the night, but the light of the divine, the light of truth, the everlasting light that says we are one. Deeply, we are one. Say that with me. Deeply, we are one. Deeply, we are one. And that is the truth. And I am so very, very grateful to be the vessel through which this truth reveals itself this day. Grateful for the reminder of this truth, most especially grateful to know God's got this. So I can get out of the way. Nothing more I need to do, say, be, or become. I let go. I let God take care of it. I release this word into the law that must say yes, that universal law that must manifest according to my beliefs, that universal law that is already in action, already on the job, bringing forth this truth into form. I release into that law and I get myself out of the way. I let it be. And so it is. And so it is. How about a couple of quick shout outs? Good morning, dear Ursula. So glad you are with us. Grateful. And Cynthia, good to see you, dear one. So grateful you are here. Wayne Baldwin, good to see you this morning as well. And Suzanne Gruba. Folks, I want you to know, big shout out to Suzanne today, because Suzanne is helping us to put together a newsletter. And you're going to start seeing a newsletter. We're going to put the final touches on the first edition, and it should be out next week. So thank you, Suzanne, publicly. Thank you for being a part of the New Thought Media Network, for stepping up and sharing of your gifts and talents to bring forward this most important message of New Thought Media Network. So everybody, make sure you, next time you bump into Susan online, give her a big, huge shout out for saying yes to her deep calling. And for those that are watching, Please do remember we've got opportunities where you can get involved as well if you like the idea of what we're doing here. First things first, on just a couple of weeks, we're going to do another expansion jam, the New Thought Media Network expansion jam. July 18th, we're going to do a half an hour live broadcast where we get to share a little bit with the world as a whole, what it is we're doing and what we're intending. And then at 9:30, we'll go into a Zoom room and do some work together and get our hands and our minds and our hearts active and determine what it is that is each ours to do within this ministry and with what we're doing. In order to help us figure out what it is that's ours to do, Monday morning visionings starting this coming Monday every week, 6 a.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern, a live 1-hour broadcast. Monday morning visioning, get together and share in some spiritual practice. I trust by now you already know that we're having a couple of concerts too coming up soon here, just a little over a week and a half, just in 2 weeks. No, a week. What is it? It's a week, just a little over a week. Harold Payne, JD Martin, and Jan Garrett sharing a virtual stage, virtual house concert with all three of these amazing artists. It's going to be so much fun. The week after that, on the 19th, Karen Drucker and David Alt, and Reunited, It Feels So Good. August 2nd, August 4th, it's a Tuesday. Boulder Posse Music. There are event pages for all of these over on the New Thought Media Network page. Please do check out those events. And as I said, there's a link down there if you're watching Facebook or YouTube. And if you're watching Facebook, the link's over on the side. There's also a link there to our donation page. New Thought Media Network is fully supported by listeners and members like you. Please do visit that link and send in a tax-deductible donation over to the New Thought Media Network. We'll make sure that that money goes to keeping programs like this on the air and expanding our program offerings as well. All right, we're out of here for today, folks. Friday morning, I'm out. Have a great weekend. I will see you again sometime in the future. And somebody from the team will be here tonight at 8:15 p.m. So might be me, might be not, might be someone else. You'll have to tune in and find out. Until then, peace and blessings. I love you. Have a great weekend. Bye now.